Here we sit right in the middle of the season, Brent, halfway through a long schedule. It's got to be a grind for these players.
Oh, yeah, these are the dog days, Kevin, and the thing that you want to do is make sure that you're continuing to come with that mentality that you want to improve. And there may be days where physically it's tougher. There might be days where mentally it's tougher. But those kind of players all collectively put together are going to end up achieving something in any given season.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. Damian Lillard out there with Rain Man, and it's Winslow in at the small forward.
Oh, tricky play by Van Vliet to beat the close coverage, slipping past there for the finish.
Pass to Winslow. Nurkic against Pirtle. Grant trying to break free, and Nurkic gets it to go.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Van Vliet after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Here's Trent. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Nurkic. Winslow, the pass to Rodriguez. Great pass to set up the layup.
Bit of a picture-perfect start here to this game. They've connected on all three looks.
And here's Toronto. It's a 5-point game. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
A game they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
Maybe should have. The score doesn't indicate just how well they competed in that game. For the majority of it, they look like the better team.
Now here's Rodriguez. Following the miss by Scotty Barnes. Count it. Good. Nurkic has got his second bucket.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Here's Siakam. And again, Toronto no luck. For Portland, they've gone 4-4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Van Vliet against Nurkic. Pirtle, the pass to Van Vliet. To the middle. Trent finds Siakam. Back to Trent. Three-pointer. And the Raptors miss again. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their careers.
So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
Yeah, even when it comes to matchups where it looks like one side should be the clear favorite, those brief two-game series often end 1-1.
And Portland with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Portland.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
And Pirtle has a stick-with-it mentality on the offensive glass, just throwing himself against the board.
Now here's Rodriguez. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. And there's the feed to Nurkic. Good, and Rodriguez gets the assist. Nurkic has got 6.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Back to Barnes. Lets the three fly. Kept alive. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Some changes for Toronto. Young comes in for Jakob Poeltl. And OG Anunoby subbed in for Trent. Portland also making some changes. Eubanks, he's checked in for Nurkic. And it's Sharp in for Justice Winslow.
And you have to appreciate the confidence. VanVleet wastes no time shooting the rock when he is in that groove.
And Fred VanVleet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin VanVleet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. Increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
Now VanVleet, after the missed three from Damian Lillard. Young finds Anunoby. And he could not get them one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And for a lot of up-and-coming teams, getting better defensively is the key to reaching, Greg, that next level. The sixth attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
One shot.
And that one misses. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
On the floor for Portland. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. Rain Man is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Winslow in at the three spot. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
The guys, they call him Rain Man, and in the last game against Indiana was he scored 18 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. His play was commendable. His team has been playing great basketball, and he's a big reason for it. Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
VanVleet kicks to Barnes. Trent outside. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. Grant. Count that bucket. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, he's such an athletic forward. Absorbing contact is something that he's learning to do, getting much better at it.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Trent passes to Purdy. Shoots over Nurkic. Trent with the wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Trent against Rodriguez. Got a piece of it. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by Trent. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Toronto. They trail by 7. Siakam's shot is off.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
This is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
And the Raptors call time here.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
OG Anunoby's checked in for Toronto. Matisse Thybulle's checked in for the Trailblazers. To the inside, and it's Barnes stemming it down.
And great find by VanVleet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Lillard the pass to Rodriguez. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Shot clock at 5. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And Lillard gets it to go.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Pass to Barnes. There's Siakam. Over Winslow. Almost, but it rolls out. And here's Portland. They're on a 12-4 run right now.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Rodriguez outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Rodriguez has got the lead up to 12 now for Portland.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Lillard against Van Vliet. Shoots over Lillard. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Rodriguez. Off target with his 3. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this...
And so it's Portland up by a...
Half of play. The score is your Raptors 28. The Trailblazers 14. Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Raptors.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. And it's Pirtle in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. And here are the Raptors now. A 12-point game. Siakam for 3. And Winslow pulls it down. Portland's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Rodriguez against Trent. Rodriguez in the post. Count the basket. Rodriguez has got the first points of the second half here for the Trailblazers.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Trent against Rodriguez. And there's the pass to Pirtle. He is looking for Siakam and finds him.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
And for Siakam, great. He almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Trent kicks to Barnes. Down low. Pirtle's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 16. Here's Rodriguez. Grant trying to break free. And Rodriguez the bucket, the assist by Winslow.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Trent outside. Toronto working the ball around now. Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away. And he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Lillard with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
That was a second look at our Mobile One Drive. Amazing control on display.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
And the shot goes in from Siakam.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Rodriguez with it. Now guarded by Pirtle. Rodriguez passes to Nurkic. Good. And Rodriguez gets the assist. Rodriguez has got assist number 8 here in this one already. And the Raptors call time here. Brent, did you have any superstitions when you played in the NBA?
Not so much, Kevin. I really had more routine, and if I got off my routine, I might be...
Substitution on the court.
Anunoby kicks to Van Vliet. Anunoby passes to Siakam. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Misses the 3. Trailblazers leading by 18. On the floor for Portland. Winslow is out there with Sharp. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Rain Man. And it's Lillard in at the 1. Rodriguez passes to Winslow. No good on the 3. Raptors shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Anunoby against Winslow. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Yeah, easy call.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Blazers.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
You want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
For 3, Van Vliet. Portland grabs the miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Offensive rebound. Raptors trail by 18. Passes to Siakam. But Trey. No good on that one. And it's Portland the other way.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Rodriguez against Van Vliet. Lillard left side. Back to Rodriguez. Clock at 4. Fires for 3. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Pass to Van Vliet. Starting in 2021, referees were instructed to not reward players making overt, abrupt, or abnormal non-basketball moves. Brent, what'd you think of that?
Well, there are some guys who play abnormally, Kevin, so what are you going to do about those guys? No, I'm kidding. I think it's a great thing for shooters to try to gain some sort of advantage. With how much advantage offensive players already have, it was getting a little bit out of control.
Rodriguez against Van Vliet. Rodriguez feeling it out a bit. They get a hand on it. Pirtle with the steal. Fast break, Toronto. Anunoby kicks to Pirtle. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Trying to get something going. And Rodriguez pulls it down. Rodriguez has got 6 rebounds in the game. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Winslow wide open. He fires. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Lillard, the pass to Rodriguez. Takes the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Hurdle's got his 5th rebound in this one. Anunoby, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
His first personal foul. 13 foul.
And he knocks down the first one. Grant is checked in for Portland.
OG. And
both free throws good from Anunoby. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're up by 17. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter.
You've got right now.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Rain Man.
And I would point to his shooting percentage as the key reason he's our pick. And that sounds simple, but he hadn't tried to do too much. He hasn't tried to force his shots, just kind of waited and worked to get good looks. And in the end, he's found plenty of them.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I'm just so impressed with Siakam.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin.
That's the
and in the win, a comfortable win in, well,